So I'm going to transplant some of these into the ground. These are beetroots. I've eased them out. And what I've got here is some Moroccan cress that's like lettuce. It'll grow about this big, or you can pick just little pieces and have them as mini leaves. Some tomatoes that will grow about this big and bush out. But by that time these will have gone. I've got a row of tiny weeny beetroots here that I've sowed directly into the soil. They're way off being mature enough to be able to thin them out, but these ones are ready to be thinned. They've grown their second set of leaves and looking a bit stringly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them in the ground a bit deeper so that they go right up to their leaves, where the leaves start. Now these will be happy enough growing under the tomatoes because they're a root crop and they grow underground, so they don't need that much light. So as you can see, they're growing like that. Then what I'm going to do, I've had these in, sowed these as an experiment. This is punch puri out of the cupboard, and these popped up straight away. These are, I think, these are a fenugreek. They taste nice and mustardy. I'm not sure if they're going to get much bigger than this because I've never grown them before. But I'm just going to have a go at easing one out, putting it in the ground, see if it gets any bigger, and also to see if it'll go to seed so that I can have a stock of seeds. So I'm just going to have a go and put them in the ground and see what happens. Again, I'm going to push it a little bit deeper in the ground just to give it some stability and give it a little well so that when I water it, the water goes straight to the roots and doesn't run off. Amongst this now are also other tasty things. So I think from the smell, this is a fennel. So I'm really carefully getting it out of the soil. I'm wiggling it around with the scissors, getting quite deep in there, and I'm just touching it by its stalk really gently. So I'm just going to have a go at transplanting that. Again, make a little hole and just pop it in, and really gently just press it down. So we'll have a see what this is like, but in the meantime I'm more than happy just to keep snipping pieces off this and using it in my salads. It tastes delicious. So I'll just snip a little bit off, and I've been doing that throughout the last few weeks. So I'll just put that on my salad. The same thing is, this is another experiment. This is ajwain seeds. I'm going to have a little go at getting one out and transplanting it into the ground just to give it a little bit more room. So a few's come out there, so I'm just going to gently prise them apart and just put one and two in the ground and see what happens. But again, I've been using that in my salads. Just making a little hole, pushing it in. Oh, there's two there. Is that two? No, yeah, that's two. There you go. Now you can see I'm running out of soil, so I'm going to dig up a piece of land. This is what I've been doing, going on and on and on. I'll just keep digging up another little piece. So as you can see, I've got a spade and I've got a fork. Now my spade doesn't go into the ground too good straight away, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my fork in. Oh, that one's already been done. Put my fork in, put my foot on it and really wiggle it around. So you want to try and get your fork all the way down into the soil so that it's a fork's width down. Yeah? So once you've done that all the way along, if it's been raining, it goes in the ground a little bit easier. So if you've got wet ground, oh, there's a beet there. If you've got wet ground, it goes in a little bit easier. Then I'm going to divide it up into little chunks so I can get it out of the ground a bit easier. I'm wiggling it around backwards, forwards and sideways. Then I can go in with my spade. And you can see it goes in a lot more easier. Yeah. So I'm getting quite deep down. Then what I'm after is that little chunk. So I'm after taking off all of this, but I need as much soil left as I can. But I don't want any of the weeds. I don't want any of these weed roots. Yeah. Some of the weeds get a bit far down. I'm just knocking off all the earth. Back into the hole. Because I want the earth, but I don't want the roots. So see all these white things? I don't want any of them roots because they will grow more weeds. Now you can see that's quite nice soil, but I would add some homemade compost to it. If they're really deep rooted weeds, then you need to dig as far down as they go. But I'm going to add some homemade compost to it. You can see the difference. And I'll just dig that in. And then I've got another place to plant.